Good morning. You are listening to the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. By virtue of what you have just been told, that means that I am Drake Toll from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. Addie Bates produces, Curtis Poindexter runs the board. Hi. You and I are back together, and for the first time since 1999. Can I tell you a secret? Can I make you feel? Oh, wait. First. It's 6:01 and 9 seconds Eastern time. So, that's 300 milligrams of caffeine straight to your system. Can I tell you something? Can you not get mad? Can you not be upset with me at this? Don't bully me. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Big stretch. You woke up today in Midlothian, Texas, and the Knicks, the first time in 27 years, are headed to the finals. I wasn't alive. The guy hosting the morning radio show was not alive the last time the Knicks made the NBA Finals. Now, look, I've watched a lot of basketball, a lot of football. I know a lot about sports. Nerd in that way. But I have not been able to see with my own two eyes the New York Knicks make it to the pinnacle. Now, have they surpassed that pinnacle? Have they you're up to the top of the mountain, but Oklahoma City and San Antonio, one of those two teams, will be waiting there to face you. But you woke up today, no matter who you're a fan of, you woke up today, no matter where you are in this country, saying, oh, wait a second. The Knicks in the NBA Finals? The Knicks are 4 games away from an NBA title for the first time since the 70s? Willis Reed, Clyde Frazier, some of the names that have been brought up for the first time in a long time, comparing a Jalen Brunson to the legends of New York. And I pose the question to you, and it maybe is the question of the day. It's like, where does Jalen Brunson now rank in New York sports figures? 310-840-4910. 310-840-4910. Your initial reaction to that is likely visceral. Ugh. Jalen Brunson, one of the great New York Knicks fixtures, a sports legend in New York? Wrong. Because it all happens so fast. And he wasn't really a name. And he walks into New York and, we're winning now. And it's because of that guy. That name Jalen Brunson isn't that sexy. He's not. I wouldn't have called him an NBA star in the way that Giannis would be, or Jokic would be, a Wemby, an SGA, right? Even an Ant. Like, there's a list of names. Karl Anthony Towns has been more of an NBA star in the last decade than Jalen Brunson ever has. And in the last couple of years, that's just flipped. And especially this postseason, you see it culminate in an NBA Finals trip, where finally you look at him and say, hey, he might not have the name. You would have categorized him with a LeBron. But Jalen Brunson is not just deserving of that. Jalen Brunson is the best player in the NBA postseason this season. He's been the best player. He just led his team on an 11-game NBA playoff win streak. That doesn't happen. Like, 5 teams ever have done that. Jalen Brunson is the best player in this postseason right now. Argue it. Debate that. Go. Well, Victor Wembanyama's great. Well, SGA's great. I'm watching the highlights right now on my telly. 11-game win streak for Jalen Brunson and company. And it was his continual dominance, his ability to spark at any moment for the New York Knicks. This was, by the way, a disaster for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I haven't gotten there yet. Haven't dropped that one in your lap. It was a disaster for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you didn't stay up to watch history, I'll give you the sounds of history. We have the highlights from last night. There's only 4, right? Like, here you go. Here it comes. Here are all of the Cleveland Cavaliers highlights last night. All right, take it away, Curtis. That's it. That's the whole. The final score was 130-93. Historic loss for Cleveland, who was just not really competitive. Oh, well, if you ask Kenny Atkinson, Cleveland actually swept the New York Knicks analytically. The analytics would say that Cleveland was the better team in this series. The final scores just didn't reflect that. And I thought Cleveland did play well in Game 3 and obviously played well with a 20-point lead in Game 1 that they watched just fizzle out. But ultimately, if you're going to say Cleveland is the better team in this, which James Harden would do, we'll get to that clip later. I think if you're making those comments, either you play for the Cavs or you are delusional. Highlight number 1. Last night, the Knicks were actually down in the first quarter a couple of times to Cleveland. Like, all right, nice, Cavs. At one point, 8-2, where, according to ESPN Game Flow, the Cavs had a 55% chance of victory over New York in Game 4. That would flip fairly quickly. And here, in the middle of a 20-0 run for the New York Knicks, Landry Shamet gives New York a 20-point lead. Mike Breen on the call on ESPN, 46-46 with 10:27 to go in the second quarter after the Shamet 3. Knicks up by a nearly the Knicks are up by double digits, and in this series, that is a nearly insurmountable lead if your name is the Cleveland Cavaliers. You don't have it. You don't have it. Cleveland having to play back-to-back series that went to 7 games, then lose against the Knicks in a contest where on the road you led by 20 points in the fourth quarter. You're done. There's no stamina left. You're done. That 20-point lead will fast forward, hard advance to 7:44 remaining in the third quarter. It's a Brunson steal to OG Anunoby emphasis. OG Anunoby, that good last night, that much of a catalyst. These plays are the brushstrokes on the final painting, the final picture of the Knicks heading to the NBA title. OG Anunoby again, inside of 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, gives the Knicks a 33-point lead. And this was the bucket, the final bucket, where everybody started hitting the exits, and we're all done. See you later. This series, this game is over.
Team. Shamet with the steal. Shamet feeds on Anunoby with the flush. And the Knicks just keep pouring it on. A 33-point lead, timeout Cleveland. And the Knicks fans celebrating.
They had taken over Cleveland, Ohio. It by the end of this game, it was just Knicks fans in that arena. Everybody else was like, all right, home team's going to lose. My hometown Cavs team is getting piled on. Oh. And that's not going. I have no reason to sit here and have to watch this. Nobody liked the part in Old Yeller where they killed the dog. Sorry, spoiler alert. Nobody liked that part. I kind of look away. Isle of the Blue Dolphins. What's the one where the red fern grows? When the dying happens, you don't want to see it. You don't want to just hang out for it. Cavs fans hit the exit. And here for the first time since 1999, Mike Breen on ESPN. The final call for the first time, not championship, appearance in the finals. First time since 99. Here's the final call. Mike Breen, in 27 years, the first man to utter these words.
And Proctor will just dribble it out. Chance of let's go Knicks. It's over. Believe it, Knicks fans, for the first time in 27 years, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. The dream season continues. and hopes of ending a decades-long championship drought are very much alive.
The Knicks are 4 games away from just that. Thank you, Mike. Post-game on the court. ESPN. Look, where is he? Where's Mike Brown? Come on, Mike Brown. We got to interview you. It's the post-game celebration. You've won the East. You're going to the NBA Finals, and the entire Knicks team. You can tell. Year 1, by the way. Tibbs, whoever that guy was, gone. Mike Brown comes in year 1, an NBA Finals appearance for the Knicks, and his team. Mike. The rapport between this roster and their head coach. You could hear it on the ESPN post-game celebration.
Talk to your head coach. Mike Brown?
Mike.
Coach Brown? Mike, just what makes this Knicks team so special?
It's just the players that we've assembled, or Mr. Dolan and Leon they're assembled. They're just great human beings, and they're obviously fantastic basketball players.
You had everyone on the team, everyone involved with the association, you had them sign an accountability contract at the very beginning of the season. How has this team lived up to the tenets of that contract?
In a lot of different ways. People always ask me to compare the teams that I've been with to the finals, and the only way I knew how to do it, because they're different human beings, was to put some intangibles up there. Every single one of the guys on the team has sacrificed. Every single one of the guys on the team has a competitive spirit. Every single one of the guys on the team is connected. Every single one of the guys believe in each other and the process, and they all hold me and each other accountable. Just a heck of a group.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations to you.
I love the spattering of Knicks fans that, again, had taken over Cleveland. You can hear in the background of the on-court interview with Mike Brown postgame. And he didn't compare this Knicks team to any other team he's coached. He didn't have to. This is a historic Knicks run. 11 straight playoff wins. 11 straight. We're talking Warriors territory, Dynasty Warriors territory, Showtime Lakers territory for what the Knicks are putting on people. And it seems a bit more hollow because, again, for the national NBA, because, again, they don't have a Victor Wembanyama or a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Jalen Brunson's name doesn't carry that weight in the stardom category, but it should. I think everybody has this automatic, and maybe I've lent, my words have lent toward this automatic assumption whoever wins the West is going to crush the winner of the East. Well, not this version of the Knicks. This version of the Knicks is 4 games away from an NBA title and looks completely ready to run through the Spurs, or that they have the confidence that they could do so against the Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. On the flip side, there are the Cleveland Cavaliers. And James Harden would go on to say in his postgame press conference, the Cavs are better than the Knicks. James, I watched the series. I don't think that's true. Here's what he had to say at the podium.
I can't even answer that question, honestly. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was 4-0, but I don't think we had a chance as far as our best shot. From a standpoint of the circumstances. Obviously they dominated us 4-0, but I don't know if I can necessarily answer that question. Just because genuinely I do feel like we are the better team, but series wise, it didn't show it. So it's a tough question to answer.
Because of the circumstances. You're the better team. It's seldom the better team, quote, never has a chance. Thanks, James. There was plenty of post-game presser audio to pick from after this one on the Cavs side. But there's one, Donovan Mitchell, Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson being on the hot seat is a crazy concept, and he's not. But there are some Cleveland fans after the sweep calling for his job. Last night it was trending. Kenny Atkinson fire him for sweeps on. Donovan Mitchell came up to the podium and on Kenny Atkinson said, "Hey, shut up. Our head coach is fine. We this is the guy."
It's just hilarious. We've done something that we haven't done since 2018, and we're still going. Like, there's gonna be criticism everywhere. Like, we're on Kenny, right? But why? We got here. Like, some people, not saying Kenny or us believe, but some people consider this like, oh, this is great. We did it, but we did it with Kenny. We didn't just go out there and coach ourselves, right? So then people are going to be people. People probably criticize me just as much, and James, but I love Kenny. We love Kenny. We ride with Kenny, and ultimately that's all that matters, right? Like, I know for a fact he's from Long Island. He don't give a damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the world we live in. We could have made it to the finals and got swept. Somebody's going to say something. I told you that even if we won, there's going to be something. Like, can we do it? Like, it's always going to be something, right? And it's always going to be something for people to say. But ultimately, we're in the thick of it. We're in it together. And that's my biggest thing. It's just people are going to be people. And honestly, who cares? You know what I'm saying? We're in this together.
I certainly agree with Donovan Mitchell, the Kenny Atkinson. Okay, don't call for the guy who got the Cleveland Cavaliers to the conference finals without LeBron James. Don't call for that guy's job. Let's let Kenny Atkinson still be the coach of the Cavs, please. 130-93, Knicks on top of Cleveland. When we come back, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. Carolina Hurricanes rally a 2-1 series lead over the Canadiens, which is a little more breathing room. You feel a little bit better about that. Oh, and a name you may not know, Riku Nishida and the entirety of the Astros staff that threw a no-hitter. When we come back, plenty to talk about in the sports world, Knicks and more. This, Addy Bates producing, Curtis Poindexter runs the board, is the Drake Toll Show.
Where will LeBron take his...
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud. I am lonely. I am yours, you are mine, you are what you are. You make it hard. Remember what we've said and done and felt about each other. Oh, babe, have mercy. Don't let the past remind us of what we are not now. I am not grieving. I am yours, you are mine, you are what you are. You make it hard. Tearing yourself away from me now, you are free, and I am crying. This does not mean I don't love you, I do, that's forever, yes, and for always. I am yours, you are mine, you are what you are. You make it hard. Something inside is telling me that I've got your secret. Are you still listening? Here is the lock, and laughter the key to your heart. And I love you, I am yours, you are mine, you are what you are. You make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard. Friday evening, Sunday in the afternoon. What have you got to lose? Tuesday morning, please be gone, I'm tired of you. What have you got to lose? Can I tell it like it is? Listen to me, baby. It's my heart that's a something, it's a die, and that's what I have to lose. I've got an answer. I'm going to fly away. What have I got to lose? Will you come see me Thursdays and Saturdays? Hey, hey, hey. What have you got to lose?
Tanner Thomas long balls.
Interesting per se.
In the meat.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
It is the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I am Drake Toll from the Savannah Bananas organization, Locked On Big 12. Good morning. You can listen to the entirety of this show live, both on SiriusXM, where we are, and on the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel, Twitter page. The Westwood One Sports app has the entire show live. Also awesome. Plenty of avenues to listen to Curtis Poindexter do that for 3 hours. Addie Bates produces around the world of sports not pertaining to the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers and the NBA playoffs. Headlines across the country yesterday. Top 16 national seeds in college baseball have been announced. UCLA, Georgia Tech, Georgia, all host sites, as well as Auburn, North Carolina, Texas, Alabama, Florida. Those make up the top 8 and will host in the Super Regionals if they make it through their home regionals. 9 seed Southern Miss, Florida State, Oregon, Texas A&M, Nebraska, Mississippi State, Kansas, and West Virginia also in there. Notably, no University of Arkansas. They were pretty upset about that after making it to the SEC championship game, getting snubbed for Mississippi State in those top 16. Elsewhere, the White Sox debuted a brand new player on Monday on Memorial Day, Riku Nishida. Riku and I spent 2022, the summer of 2022, in Hyannis, Massachusetts, Cape Cod Baseball League together alongside Nolan Shonowell, and Riku was Energizer Bunny, bench press. Riku one time was talking to the GM. We were standing with the GM of the team in the dugout, and Riku said, "Hey, my weight is wrong on the roster." The GM was like, "Yeah, that's we did that on purpose." Riku said, "I'm 140. roster 160. They're like, yeah, we're not going to put 140. For the sake of your baseball career, Riku, we're not going to put 140 pounds on the roster. We're going to put 160. Riku was like, no, you can't. I'm not 160. Stolen valor. They did leave it, and now he's a big leaguer, debuting for the White Sox yesterday, gunning a guy down at the plate and getting his first first hit in the MLB. Speaking of Major League Baseball, Addie Bates, notable Houston Astros fan, plumbers and electricians. The Astros used all of those to combine for the first no-hitter since 2024, 17th in Astros history.
What happened to your Texas Rangers? This is a beat-up Astros team. Not a good team.
They're a figment of my imagination. The Rangers don't exist. They can't scare. Are the Texas Rangers in the room with us right now?
They cannot hurt you. They cannot hurt you. Mm-mm. Can you tell me the names of the 3 pitchers who threw the no-hitter last night?
I practiced all morning. I really tried. Which, by the way, if we're fair, neither of these teams are good.
No, the Astros are terrible, but they also have the record of number of people on the IL right now. They're terrible.
And they have a no-hitter, in case you're wondering. Yeah, I'm going to need some help with this one. They're a big baseball guy.
You got it. No, you got it. I trust you.
Nope, not going to do this. I'm not going to subject myself to this embarrassment. I can't. Don't bully me.
It was amazing. You have Amai, who was struggling all season, and he finally goes out there. He's saying, he's not comfortable in the States yet. He's still getting used to everything. People are like, oh, man, is Houston not a place to go if you're a Japanese pitcher? Because all these other teams have done it, and it's been successful. But last night, he showed why the Astros got him. He was lights out versus a Rangers offense. There are a lot of big names on that roster. So I was so proud of him for that. And Kurt, man, that was... I feel like he kind of saved it because you never want to be that guy afterwards when somebody's throwing a no-hitter and you come in and you kind of ruin that. But then Santa at the very end, it was amazing. That was his debut, his MLB debut. And I feel like there's no better way to do that. By the way, Christian Vasquez, that catcher, the last time he caught a no-hitter for the Astros was in the World Series. So don't let him get hot is all I'm saying. Don't let him get hot.
Big gooner.
Steven Okert, by the way, also in there.
I did say Okert.
Oh, I didn't know if you dropped his name in there. I was making sure that
I
wanted to give him the love he deserves.
No, it's okay. I just don't think you were listening.
What?
I was doing even more research on the Houston Astros and their historic no-hitter yesterday against the Texas Rangers. It stinks to care about sports teams. I try to avoid it as much as I can. It really stinks to care about them, but I do. That is my worst, the biggest bugaboo in my life is caring about sports. And, if you care about the Colorado Avalanche, you got problems, man. Serious problems right now with the way the Avs are playing. Quick NHL update. Vegas leads that series 3-0. And they're in Vegas. They could sweep the Avs tonight. And the Hurricanes knocked off the Canadiens 3-2 yesterday. Carolina leads that series 2-1. Addie, Carolina, getting it done on the road yesterday, back in the driver's seat of the series. They are the better team than the Canadiens. It's odd to see one of these series it's odd to see the spectrum, the opposite ends of the spectrum these two series are on.
Well, I think the Canadiens and the Canes problem, the Canes were very well rested, too rested. And I think that was the rest versus, the rust situation there, and I think that's what kind of happened. And now
Avalanche,
that they played
they've
played a couple games now, and now they show who the Canadiens are facing. The Canes, what they've been doing this entire time. The Golden Knights, we talked about this. Yes, they are a problem in terms of being here in the NHL for that long. God, they're so good, and they're fun to watch. I watched the game the other night when I was playing pool. And Drake Toll sending me audio, even though he had the next day off. And I was like, why are you sending me stuff for the show? We're not working. But I was watching that game, and oh my gosh, the Avalanche had a 3-0 lead at one point. And then I look up, I'm like, oh, it's 3-3. It is 3-3. So honestly, I don't know if the Knights are winning or if Colorado's losing. So,
That's just bad all the way around for the Avs fans. I promised America Avs Hurricanes in the NHL Finals. That was 5 days ago, and immediately that looks terrible. I cannot deliver on that promise. I'm sorry. Thanks, Addie. Thanks, Curtis. And thanks to you, America, for the New York Knicks. They are in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Today is about you. There's the death of this notion. So I mentioned earlier Savannah Bananas organization. We were in Tacoma, Washington this weekend, and my roommate's a huge Knicks fan. So we got talking about it. I was like, man, at what point, this was before Game 3, say at what point are you, it may have been before Game 2, I was in Tacoma for a while, are you as a Knicks fan starting to doubt? Because everything looks and seems so, oh my goodness, the Knicks are so good and we keep winning and that's a playoff win streak. But at what level do you once again become a Knicks fan and say, oh yeah, it's the same old Knicks? We're used to disappointment. We're not going to follow through on the hope the fan base has been given. That's where, and every franchise says that. Every fan base has their, oh, well, there they go again. The Oklahoma City Thunder, oh, there they go again. The Miami
Here we go
Heat.
again.
Oh, here we go again. The Baltimore Ravens. But no one's, not very few franchises, organizations have that same mentality as aggressively as the Knicks, and few deserve that moniker as much. Same old Knicks. But now, watching Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson lift the Bob Cousy trophy, you didn't just punch a ticket for New York. You broke a 27-year-old psychological curse on a city. You don't have to couch the excitement. You don't have to wait for the caveat. Prepare for the other shoe to drop. It's not a fluke. New York Knicks fans woke up with New York in the NBA title. Washington Wizards fans, Orlando Magic fans, Sacramento Kings fans, Oklahoma City Thunder fans woke up with the New York Knicks in the NBA title. You're seeing a statistical juggernaut, by the way. It's okay. It's fine. It's finally fine to exercise these demons. You can discard that gritty underdog, come on, we're the New York Knicks, but not sexy New York Knicks. We're the no one loves us. No one expects us to be here. Jalen Brunson's a weird name to be a star, to be the leader of your team. You can throw away the scraping by on, man, those Knicks just too much grit. They found a way to grind it out. No. You are dominating the opposition from the time you were down in that series against Atlanta to mowing over the 76ers, sweeping the Cavs. You're not scraping by on luck. You're a historically dominant buzzsaw. Consider the weight of what the Knicks just accomplished. 11-game playoff winning streak. 6 consecutive playoff wins. Listen to that. 6 consecutive playoff wins by 10 or more points. There are franchises, organizations that don't have 6 consecutive playoff wins ever. 6 by 10 or more points. The third longest streak in league history. Oh, and to close that off, you didn't just beat Cleveland. You BTA'd them. 37-point blowout. The largest home playoff loss in Cavs franchise history. And you'll remember, there were Cavs teams that would sneak into the playoffs, 7 seed, 8 seed, back when we had a proper NBA playoff format, 7 seed, 8 seed. And there were some just okay Cleveland Cavaliers squads in history to make the NBA playoffs. Even those teams didn't suffer a 37-point blowout at home. And you woke up today, Knicks fans, with Jalen Brunson, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, who's on a masterful playoff run. 28 points, 7 assists per game. And when the Knicks last made the NBA Finals in 1999, Jalen was a 2-year-old toddler, watching his father, Rick Brunson, suit up for the New York Knicks. It's not just a great this is not just great basketball. It's not just a great basketball story. This is history that you're watching. 5 years from now, when you're watching a regular season game between the Knicks and the Celtics, they won't say, oh yeah, the last time the Knicks made the finals was 1999. They'll talk about the finals run of 2026. It's real. The team chemistry from OG Anunoby to Josh Hart to Karl Anthony Towns to Jalen Brunson. Hope has been restored and honestly replaced by expectation. Kat said it during the locker room celebration yesterday. The quote was, "I feel like the word hope has been gone from the New York Knicks name for a long time. And for me to be part of this team that revives hope is something special." But as a fan headed into June, getting Oklahoma City or San Antonio, I replace hope with expectation. I expect this Knicks team, as well as they're playing, to win. And next time you look at the rafters in the Garden, the banners 1970, 1973, for the first time in 3 decades, 2026, a new number, a new 4 numbers can rise at MSG. That's what's on the line for the Knicks. And they get to sit back. They can go to Cancun. They got time. Go to Cancun for a bit. And then rally back to face the winner of OKC and San Antonio. Game 4 in that series is Game 5 now. Game 5 in that series is tonight, tied 2 games apiece after the Spurs blew out the Thunder in San Antonio in Game 3. Oh, I can't. It's so awesome. We're at best 2 out of 3 now between SGA and Victor Wembanyama. When we return, time for our biggest losers of the day. Then the obituary, who died today, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving all branches of the armed forces, veterans, and their families. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Our members are the mission. Biggest loser of the day coming up. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Remember Deshaun Watson? He's been on IR the last 19 months.
Me out, and if I need a breather I can hit the Parkway. Be home before the bars all close, drink away the lies she told, think about the days. She was a pure-eyed child, a rodeo queen, high school lover in a badass Jeep, far from the eyes of a watchful town. Mama didn't need to know. Good corn liquor to shake this cold, and good heart loving on a gravel road, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Push came down to shove, I'd be a band for her love. Shoot sharp and walk away. She was good before she changed her name, and I bet that ain't all that's changed. Goddamn, I remember the nights. I was a young punk kid from a dried up town, Cold Car County full of hunting hounds. She was the one who kept those boys at bay. Her high heels and my red wing boots, cutting couches in the living room, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? All this boozing, by God I can keep it together. just to hold my baby close, get her moving down a county road, make up for lost time. She was a do-right child, a rodeo queen. She ran on sex and gasoline, far more money than a boy like me could hold. She went off to paint the town, and I'm stuck holding these mountains down, Juliet. Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Won't you crawl outside your window and dance in the arms of your redneck Romeo? Oh, Lexington's a city, but it ain't so big.
Delete everything off your phone.
It is the Drake Toll Show.
Anyway.
No.
Westwood One Sports.
No.
The Westwood One Sports app. What would it sound like if Ella Langley's Choosing Texas was a medieval shanty? You're not interested in this, Addie?
No, this is terrible. We cannot. Curtis, can you fade it out? Fade it out. Curtis, I'm being so serious right now.
I'm so. Oh. That right
meat.
there.
Oh my god, that was.
Wow.
No. I can't believe I woke
Sorry,
up
the
early
dudes
for
rock.
that.
I'm sorry you can't handle medieval music.
We're going to a Ren
In
fair?
the 6 o'clock hour.
Curtis, he would in his little BYU hat. He would dress
What?
up as
Do
Joseph
what?
Joseph Smith and go to Ren Fair and listen to that.
Walk around
Have you
soaking
heard
it
of
in.
the All-American Prophet?
Soaking it
Blonde-haired,
in.
blue-eyed voice of God? Yeah.
Loves
I
the
don't even-
youngins.
Rent fair? This is a
Big
new
gooner.
word. Rent fair?
Ren Fair.
What does that
Ren?
mean?
Ren? You don't know what Renaissance Fair is?
Oh, I didn't know there were cool new school names for it. No.
Ren Fair?
I
Nerd.
don't know about cool, but
Yeah. Never heard of that. No.
That's just what it's called.
I've got friends that do those. I can't. I'm an ally. I have friends that do those.
My roommate
Interesting.
does.
Proceed.
My roommate does. I got invited, and people were
Oh.
very disappointed in me because they were like, "You still haven't bought in," and I was like, "No, that's not my jam. That's not my jam." You know?
Renaissance fair. So you hate Banana Ball and Renaissance fairs equally? You see them in the same human beings go to both?
Actually, yes. Disney World, Banana Ball, Renaissance Fair.
Yeah. It's time for our biggest losers of the day. Speaking of, biggest loser number one, the Texas Rangers.
Woo! Good answer.
The Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers. Here's the final call after the Houston Astros no hit the Rangers in Arlington.
Call third strike. The Astros' 17th no-hitter. It's a challenge by Brandon Nimmo. For now, it's the 7th no-hitter in the last 8 years, and it is confirmed. The Astros with a no-hitter. Alan Bersanta, in his Major League debut, gets the last 6 outs with 2 perfect innings, and this celebration begins.
Two things. One, aww. 2, I hate ABS for this reason. I hate ABS.
That ruined the final call.
Yeah, it ruined the final call. Ruined the celebration. Everybody's got to wait for 8 seconds to figure out if it's a strike or not. That's stupid. It's so stupid. But Addy, your Houston Astros, which you did not pitch for or hit for yesterday.
You don't know that.
Good point. I didn't watch the game.
Exactly. So don't make assumptions there. Yeah, Todd Callis on the call there. Fantastic. And it was so funny because he was wearing just a normal blue T-shirt, looking like he had to go run on a treadmill afterwards. Yeah, Astros, dudes rock. They haven't rocked the entire season, but they do now. And Brandon Nimmo, you are the biggest loser for challenging an obvious strike. Yeah. You're a loser.
In the meat.
Yeah, Rangers are 24-29. Astros 24-31 now. Doesn't make either team good.
But one has a no-hitter.
But one has a no-hitter against the other. In a rivalry, the Houston Astros, 5th combined no-hitter in franchise history. Biggest loser of the day, White Sox haters. Yesterday, Riku Nishida made his big league debut. And what an ovation he got. First career hit, as well as gunning a guy down at home plate from right field. In the second inning, they tested his arm. I remember vividly, first time I worked with him, 2022, Cape Cod. He wasn't supposed to play. He was coming out of Mount Hood Community College. And just, Cape Cod Baseball League. You're looking at guys from South Carolina, Arkansas, LSU, all like a bunch of SEC players. Like, oh yeah, and we have Riku Nishida. Went to the same high school as Yu Darvish, where there are 1,000 kids competing for 9 spots. And Riku was one of them. Goes to Mount Hood, ends up going to Oregon, uses a wood bat at Oregon, because why not? Pokes a few home runs, preparing for the bigs, gets drafted by the White Sox, later rounder. And it's like, all right, he's too small. He's 5'3", 5'4", 140 pounds. Like, there's no way. And then he got called up yesterday and dominated Riku Nishida, the kid from Japan. Yes, he was at Cape Cod, 140 pounds. They wrote 160, gave him 3 inches and 20 pounds on the roster just so the scouts would turn his way. And he went from not being much of a factor to, we've got to play Riku every day. They would hit Fungo at the end at 2 o'clock. Fungo's over. They would just put Riku at second base and have 2 coaches hit Fungo to him. But pop, 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 and nothing by him. It was stunning to watch. Now he's a big leaguer. Here is Nishida following his debut for Chicago.
That's crazy. And then I don't feel big leaguers for me, but around me, everybody famous player. Today is like I saw so many good players, so I'm happy to be here right now.
Did what we expect him to do. Really good defender, really good quality of at bats. He's a fun player. He's a good player too, and can do a lot of things on a baseball field. And he got tested pretty early there.
He's wearing number 51 and said it was an honor. He didn't feel like he deserved the weight of that jersey. That he didn't deserve to wear the same number as Ichiro. Addy, dudes rock.
What I took from this was, guys, the extra 3 inches in height means a lot. That's why he is successful.
Touch yourself.
That extra 3 inches got him over the hump, okay? And look at him now with the Chicago White Sox.
The extra 3 inches got him over the what?
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Biggest loser of the day. If you've received the Medal of Honor, here are some interesting words from the president about those who've received the Medal of Honor.
I have to say, Miriam, I watched Sheldon sitting so proud in the White House when we gave Miriam the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest award you can get as a civilian. It's the equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor, but civilian version. It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's soldiers. They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead. she gets it, and she's a healthy, beautiful woman. It's very... And they're rated equal.
Anyway.
Okay, wait a second. So the Presidential Medal of Freedom is much better than the Medal of Honor because you're not injured or dead?
Yes.
Addie, in the wake of Memorial Day. Interesting words here.
Yes. I'm sure he's also the same kind of guy that probably says Happy Memorial Day, which, by the way, don't say that. You don't know what the holiday means. You don't know what it means if you say that.
So hard.
Yeah,
say
so
reverential Memorial Day.
To our veterans who are injured or dead, apparently he's saying, yeah, it doesn't mean as much because you're injured or...
Did he call her a big, beautiful woman?
Curtis loves big, beautiful woman.
Curtis would love San Antonio.
Curtis is a
Curtis
big
would
fan of San Antonio.
Love San Antonio.
All them cows in San Antonio.
I didn't call them the biggest losers of the day. Somebody else did for the recipients of the Medal of Honor, of which I have multiple in my family, but... biggest loser of the day. I'm just... Fine, whatever, man. Whatever, dog. I'll read this tweet. England, the official Twitter account of the country, England, tweets, "Come together." And it's the Beatles announcing the roster of England's national team for the World Cup. Kalen Fullerton retweets it with, "Oh, cool. England used the Beatles to announce their World Cup squad, and everyone is really impressed. But when Jelly Roll and Bert Kreischer and third baseman for the Savannah Bananas announced the U.S. team, we'll see who everyone thinks is better." You can keep your Beatles. I have Kyle KJ Jackson.
Interesting, per se.
And Jackson Olsen and Coach Rack. Now what?
What I saw yesterday? The rise in Bananas popularity is equal to the decline of like American freedoms or the rise of fascism. Like they're correlated.
Rise of fascism, yeah.
Also, once Denton Day asked me if he'd get in trouble retweeting that, actually.
Yes. Most certainly he would. Biggest winner of the day, Jalen Brunson. Here is his head coach, Mike Brown, on Brunson being like Tim Duncan and Steph Curry combined.
Tim Duncan and Steph Curry. I mean, those, and you know, again, they're not the same player, but man, they're the aura that those guys have, the quiet strength that they have is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, you know, and you know, those are the kind of guys, and Steph's happily married. Aisha's a great gal, beautiful mom, wife, the whole 9 yards. But you talk about those guys, Steph, Jalen, and Allie is too. But that, you know, if you have daughters, you're like, man, I hope my daughter can take him and marry him, whatever. They just got it. They got it on the floor and they got it off the floor, and it's the whole package.
They got it, man. Jalen Brunson, just like Steph Curry and Tim Duncan combined. What a win for the New York Knicks, 130-93. They are the biggest winners overall today. Addie Bates, you can be a big winner. Curtis Poindexter, big winner. And I'm
Big Gooner.
Big Gooner. When we come back, it's our obituaries. Who died today? And the quickie top 5 headlines in all of sports. We'll get to those. It is Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Keep listening live on that Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
In the meat.
This is Westwood.
bathroom walls. I have accountants pay for it all. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time. I'm just looking for clues at the scene of the crime. Life's been good to me so far. My Maserati does 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a limo right in the back. I lock the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my fans, they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm sane after all I've been through. Everybody say I'm cool. He's cool. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far.
Cheetah print dancing on the people, rolled up at the after joint, dancing on the people dancing on the
In the
people. I
meat.
got people on the people dancing on the people. With
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Let me see you dancing on the people.
It is the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app.
I got people on the people dancing on the people. I got purple hat.
Coming to you, from the Savannah Bananas organization, Tacoma, Washington last weekend. Winner of the day, me. We're playing in Disney World this week. ESPN Worldwide of Sports. ESPN Wide World of Sport? Ooh, I don't know what the name of it is. We're playing whatever that is. The Party Animals and the Loco Beach Coconuts live, I believe, 2 games on ESPN this weekend. So if you're like,
wow.
Can't escape that guy on the Drake Toll Show, well, too bad. I'm going to be on your television this weekend, too. Now what, huh? I think it's both. Oh, hold on. Dua Lipa commercial. Everybody stop. Nespresso Dua Lipa commercial. All right, we're good. We can go. We're good. We're back now.
Wow, that was quick.
Biggest winner of the day, Dua Lipa. Dualipa. For those who are not ball knowers, just give that a Google.
That was like
I think
5
she's getting
seconds.
married though. It was the end of the commercial. Nespresso. No free ads, but Dua Lipa, man. Yeah,
Touch
ESPN
yourself.
this weekend. Party Animals, Loco Beach Coconuts. I'll be there. Hi. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. And it's time for our obituary. Dead today, Addie's skin. She's getting a tattoo after the show.
I am.
She's getting the Drake Toll Show logo.
Lower back.
Tramp stamp.
No, I'm getting one right here. It's wrapping around my arm. Wrapping around.
Red flag.
He doesn't say much, but when he does, it's damn good. What tattoo are you getting? You're going to wrap around what?
You'll have to see. I'll show it tomorrow. On the Drake Toll Show. So tune in. Addie will...
Our YouTube viewers are about to double.
Big gooner.
When I show my
the
arm.
size of it, you dumb person.
It's going to be epic. It's going to take 4 hours.
The tattoo is?
Yeah. That's like a Drake Toll Show and then some.
Can you nap during a tattoo?
Yeah, I fell asleep during a couple of my back tats.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They just aren't that painful?
I don't think they are. But they are. You should
I'm
get
going to
one.
shave my head and get a neck tattoo.
Are you going to keep
That'd
the
be good
mustache?
for job security. Do I? I don't even feel like I really have a mustache right now. Do I?
I mean, it's there.
Yeah, I guess a little bit. Yeah.
And your hair's
I
getting
will.
very long.
I'm growing up.
Wow.
It's time for me to grow up.
From a boy to a man.
From a plantain to a banana.
From a plantain to a banana.
Bananas.
Go bananas. Dead today. Not people named Donald. This was a pretty good goofing around moment from the podium on Memorial Day. Not notably a day to goof around, but the president giving a touching eulogy to those who were buried at Arlington Cemetery. Wow, dead today, my English. Which used to be Robert E. Lee's front yard. Pretty cool. They're like, hey, big middle finger to you, huh? And the president, reading the names of those who are buried in the cemetery, brought up the fact that, come on, why aren't there more Donalds out here?
First service member laid to rest here in this place of supreme sacrifice was a Union soldier by the name of Private Christman. Private William Henry Christman of Pennsylvania, who died as 19 years old. He was a great young man, they say. Beside him are more than 18,000 other young men named William, over 20,000 named John, over 13,000 named James, joined over time by Isaac, Elijah, Earls, Hanks, Helens, Wands, Margarets, Marius, Donalds. Not too many.
Yet.
Not too many.
Anyway.
Just he was of the name Christ, man, James William Christman. He was just, it's me, man. Sometimes you start a sentence and you just hope, you just fingers are crossed that this goes somewhere well. And in the middle of the eulogy, like, not that many Donalds. Dead today. Apparently, Chet Holmgren. Yeah. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is at the podium, and a reporter asked him, hey, how do you guys get Chet Holmgren a bit more involved in the offense? Seems like he's not, he can pick this thing up. What are the keys to getting Chet in a groove? And here's what SGA had to say.
Just what are some things you think you can do to help get Chet a little bit more involved offensively?
Yeah,
Anyway.
That's it. That's the whole answer. Me when I get a call from Armin Williams, program director, Westwood One Sports. Hey, man, how do you get Curtis more involved in the show?
Oh, you answer those?
I do. Three times a day. He'll call me, what do you think about getting Curtis more involved? Run the offense, Curtis. Run the offense. Dead today, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not even close, man. Lack of effort. It may have been Skip, Stephen A., somebody that posted, the Cavs should be fined by the NBA for their performance, that this is just such an embarrassment to the league, that Adam Silver should come down on them, which is just stupid. No, I don't think they're trying to lose in the playoffs, but they're getting belt to ass here. I guess they already did. 4-0, a sweep of the hands of the Knicks, and inside the NBA took some liberties. ESPN took some liberties with this. Charles Barkley had some fine words for the fans of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Kids at home, if you want to see what the word quit means,
Oh, come on, Chuck.
to give up, the verb of that is Cavaliers.
Oh, come on.
This is what you see.
You think they quit or the Knicks are just that good right now?
No, they were down 29, Kenny. Kenny, look, this is just effort here. Come on, man. This is just effort. Look at this here.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sprinting.
No, watch this here. I got a little thing here. Look here. Come on, Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, there was way.
Oh, we got some more now.
Hey, Chuck.
No.
Fast break points 26-3.
Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, we got some more now.
No, they didn't beat them down the court again.
Yes, they did.
No, they couldn't. Come on. Oh, my God. Lambert is on fire. Are we...
Kids at home, if you want to see what the word quit means, to give up, the verb of that is Cavaliers. Those Charles Barkley, the panel reacting just how bad the lowlights looked for the Cleveland Cavaliers, the highlights for the Knicks getting down the floor. And lack of effort is one thing. Running out of gas is another. I think the Cavs ran out of gas. For Kenny Atkinson to say in the middle of this series that analytically they actually swept the Knicks, that was stupid. I understand Cavs running out of gas. I understand them being tired. Back-to-back Game 7s. And coming into this series against the Knicks, into this Game 4 against the Knicks, outshot 98-77. Outshot 98-77. 28% from three. The fast break points, 33-9. Just a silly, terrible performance for Cleveland. Knicks went up by as many as 45 and win it 130-93. Those are our obituaries. Time for the Quickie. Top 5 headlines in all of sports. Addie Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
Here's your first headline. Karl Anthony Towns says the finals was a magical thing, or is a magical thing for New York, but the job is not done.
Job not done. Job not finished. Knicks sweep the Cavs. Knicks in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Bill Belichick's girlfriend will not be born for another 2 years, for those who are curious. It's 27 years since Knicks fans felt this. Karl Anthony Towns helping lead the way, but not leading the way. There was a time where Cat was a top 5 player in the NBA, top 5 name in the NBA. We paid attention to him in Minnesota. And then after a while, it's like, all right, well, okay, that was nice. All right, see ya. It didn't really work to the fullest standard. in Minnesota, and now in New York. He's not the leader of the team going to the NBA Finals. It's Jalen Brunson. Was I right earlier? Did it make sense to me saying Jalen Brunson's just a weird star? He's the Sam Darnold. He's Sam Darnold.
Yes. I think that's a fine comparison.
It doesn't make sense, but you have to accept it. He's a star. You're like, no, but he's not. Well, yeah, sorry, he is. And I get that you would never have put Sam Darnold in the conversation with Matthew Stafford or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson. Now you have to. You would never have put Jalen Brunson in the conversation with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jokic. But you have to now. Like, he is the star. Above Cat, he is the star in New York. And now the Knicks are headed to the finals. It's a minute.
Here's your second headline. Comfortable in overtime. The Canes won it 2-1 to take the Eastern Conference final lead.
Comfortable? Took them 13 minutes to do so. The Hurricanes back in the driver's seat in this series. They're the better of the two teams. That's no question. I would say the Avalanche are, again, no question, better team than the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, everything I'm reading on paper says yes. However, Colorado trails that series 3-0. How quickly it can get away from you, the Hurricanes are avoiding that by winning Game 3 on the road. The first time this series has been played in Montreal. Canes get it done, and one win closer to the Hurricanes making the Stanley Cup Finals. They are hungry. That fan base is hungry for a Stanley Cup, and they deserve it. They've been there. I mean, they've been around greatness for a decade plus. I mean, they've been good, contending, just can't win it. They got that Buffalo Bills syndrome. This could be the year, though. Finally, this could be the year.
Here's your next headline. The SEC could reprimand Lane Kiffin over Vanity Fair comments.
Not over the Snapchats. Not over the college girl stuff. Not over hiring Ed Orgeron. They're not going to fine him over horny.
Big gooner.
They're going to fine Lane Kiffin for whatever. For saying that, the Oxford thing, right? Or he was like, Oxford was too racist to recruit there?
Yeah.
What's this going to do? Nothing. It's just Lane Kiffin saying Lane Kiffin things. And I went on a rant last week about how stupid it was for Lane Kiffin to say Lane Kiffin things. So I assure you, I'm not supporting Lane in this, but if you fine the guy $50,000, LSU is just going to pay that. They sucked historically bad. Their combined record, football, basketball, and baseball in the SEC, I don't even know if they had 10 total wins. That's hyperbolic. I don't know if they had 15, though. That's bad. For as much money as they spend, they're not spending all that in buyouts. LSU had the worst athletic department in the SEC in 25-26. LSU. That's a minute.
Woo! Houston Astros Santa finishes off combined no-no-in debut.
Yeah, I love this whole Memorial Day make your MLB debut thing. Santa, Tariku Nishida, I like this. And the standing go, Addie.
I played for the Astros yesterday, yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. You pitched for them.
It came in so fast and so hard.
In Arlington, too. The Astros go into enemy territory and do this. Remember and I'm not saying this to bring up bad times for you, but this is going to be a bit of a shell shock. 2023 ALCS. Remember how no team could win at home?
Yes, I remember it, just like I remember the 2019 World Series.
I wasn't alive yet. I wasn't born for that. Is it the last time the Astros won one? Was 2019?
No, the Astros lost to the Nationals, and then in 2021 they lost to the Braves, and in 2022 they beat the Phillies at home because of a Yordan Alvarez bomb.
That was a great series. 2022 Astros Phillies becoming Rangers Diamondbacks is quite the downgrade for the MLB.
I was at the game in 2019 when they lost the World Series. I was at the game in 2022 when they won. I was at Game 5 in 2017, greatest game I've ever seen. And then 2023 was the fluke Texas Rangers because they've been bad since then.
Anyway.
Notably, the Rangers have a World Series more recently than the Astros. That's a minute. What's the last one?
Wander Franco found criminally responsible, but will face no prison time.
Isn't he the dude that was diddling underage girls?
14-year-old. He had a relationship with a 14-year-old. So the mom in the trial, the mom of the 14-year-old was found guilty and I think sentenced to like 10 years for trafficking her daughter. Whereas Wander Franco, even though he was paying them and had a relationship with her for a couple of months and she was 14, he will not go to prison because they said he was duped. Right.
July 18th, Tampa, Florida. And in the 7-hole, starting in right field, Wander Franco. Athletes, that's what happens. What happens, man?
You said hole.
In the meat.
Jesus Christ.
You can do whatever you want as a professional athlete. No prison time for the guy who is with the 14-year-old. That's bad. Didn't know if you guys knew that. That's bad. Addy Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. That was the Quickie Top 5 headlines in all of sports. Those have been responded to. You're welcome. When we return, the San Antonio Spurs, Oklahoma City Thunder. This series is tied 2 games apiece. Who wins tonight? As we take it back to Oklahoma. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Hey lady, you got the love I need. Baby, more than enough. Oh, darling, 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 walk a while with me. Oh, you got so much, so much, so much.
I was taking shots from the front and the back. Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show, Westwood One Sports, and the Westwood One Sports app. I really hate that the I was taking shots from the front and the back has gone from Fernando Mendoza saying that to me quoting it and that being the drop from Curtis. Let me say, in the correct context.
You can thank someone else for getting that sound, actually.
With the Heisman Trophy winner and...
I doubled the size of it, you dumb person.
Probably Black or Abdallah. They listen to this show at the complete wrong times. Speaking of, Nick Costos, You Better You Bet, coming up after this. And Black and Abdallah, followed by Jim Rome. There are the comments on the Drake Toll Show YouTube page. Oh, what's the mustache? Blah. I had, for years early in my sports media career, I had a goatee, Jim Rome style, mustache, little chin music. I was the biggest, you ready? The biggest ass hat. From a facial hair standpoint you could ask for in college. Like, just college isn't built for a goatee. Jim Rome, rocks
Drake,
it.
it's in the picture. Drake, it is in the picture right there with you and your fur coat. You can see your
it
goatee.
is. Yes, that's
God.
the goatee. Yeah. It's whoa. Everybody put the gun down. Cool people have goatees.
Thought this was America.
Again.
I've told you my thoughts on blonde facial hair. I've told you them.
Fine, I'll dye it, whatever. My first interaction with Jim Rome, I'd like, Rome, hey boss, is the goatee exclusive to you from the network, or can I jump in on that too? And he said, you can have a goatee if I can have the fur coat. And I was like, that's pretty good. Were you really? Wow, up top, high five. Yes. Bonus points for you then, huh?
I did get texts from other producers about that
Check
comment.
Check that.
I remember that. Wow.
Gosh.
And look at
I
you
love
now.
Rome. Yeah, hosting a show, the mornings, getting you to work, America, while Jim Rome brings you back home. And by the way, there are some, the way this goes is you get your local stuff, Dick and Doug in the morning, and you love listening to them. I get that. I know. And I don't want to take you away from that. They're going to come on in 35 minutes in wherever you are. That's the case for some of you. And then in the afternoons, you're like, Jim Rome? What? Because you have Dick and Doug in the afternoon. You can listen to Jim Rome on the Westwood One Sports app, or what? What could be funny right now?
Nothing. Keep going. Keep going. I don't know why Curtis has me up right now.
Turn both yourselves off. You're both way too
touch yourself.
And that is the gist of the Westwood One Sports lineup. Thanks. I guess that was my thesis. That's what I was getting toward. The Spurs and the Thunder. Believe it or not, a wise sage, a modern Copernicus called this. Legion Hoops tweets out from the Mind the Game pod, LeBron James on the San Antonio Spurs and this run that they're on in 2026.
I think people came into the season knowing that the Spurs were going to play great basketball as long as Wemby was healthy. I saw it last year, kind of towards the end of the season. I said if Stephon Castle, comes into the year like he finished the year last year.
He's been
amazing. De'Aaron Fox was kind of hurt at the end of last year, but once they made that trade, I was like, they're going to be a really freaking good team.
Been a great veteran.
Yep, LeBron called it, right? You may not have known the Spurs this was going to be the year, but LeBron called it. Now, let's be fair. San Antonio has waited for the resurgence. The 2025-26 schedule wasn't a guarantee that you win 60 games. The Spurs last season there was more hope. I remember when they were 3-2. I remember when they were in that hovering around. I think they 15-15, kind of around 500 middle of the year, then bottomed out and lost 50 games. If you want to go back to 2023-24, doesn't get much better. San Antonio that year lost 60 games. There was no guarantee a year after missing the postseason altogether that San Antonio had finally put the right 5 on the floor, the right 7 guys on the roster to compete. Oh, and now they are 62-20. And have the Thunder tied 2 games apiece in the Western Conference Finals. That's wild. Jumping from 34 wins to now an opportunity to go to the NBA Finals against the New York Knicks. How wild would that be? Hello, 1999. Spurs, Knicks in the NBA Finals. The reason that San Antonio's in this spot, too, by and large, Victor Wembanyama. He is the best basketball player in the universe. May I again? Victor Wembanyama is the best basketball player in the universe. And with Stephon Castle, the way that he is playing, San Antonio looks as crisp. And I get it. They lost game 2. They lost game 3. I watched both of those. I thought the game 3 loss was pretty demoralizing, going up 15-0 and knowing at any moment the Thunder can strike back. Oh, and they did, aggressively. The Thunder led at halftime after being down 15-0. The Spurs had put them in a 15-point hole to start the contest. And then Oklahoma City went up by double digits in the second half and ran away with the game, 123-108. Made you think, hey, if San Antonio doesn't win Game 4 at home, if you go down 3-1 headed to Oklahoma City, the series is over. It was a must-win for San Antonio on Sunday. Not only did the Spurs win, but pretty much first quarter on, they had replicated the early lead that they'd shown in Game 3, but held it. The Thunder never quite contended in this game past the late second quarter. Wemby nailing the half-court shot to go into the half. Spurs having a pretty dominant third quarter. It was all San Antonio. And now the series will go Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Oklahoma City from a location standpoint. Spurs on the road tonight. And the top storyline that I'm watching is, it's 1-1. Wembanyama versus this OKC cold front. He took over Game 4. 33 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 3 blocks. It's a really good stat line. Don't pass over that. 33 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, 3 blocks. And his defensive gravity held the Thunder to 82 points. Second lowest scoring output of the year over 90 games. Oklahoma City, can they crack the code? Because the scoring's been fine for OKC. They haven't had that dominant, 135 points in Game 2. Nope, didn't do that. Man, OKC going for 138. They figured it out against Wimp. No, they haven't done that yet. Can Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who was held to 19 points on 6 of 15 shooting in Game 4, can he score against Spurs defensive backcourt that started to figure out how to guard the mid-range and still keep him out of the paint? Vassell explicitly noted San Antonio made defensive adjustments to run OKC shooters off the three-point line and to defend the mid-range. And Oklahoma City was 6 for 33 from deep. Mark Daigneault, counterpunch, was freeing up spacing options, trying to move. Where can we get SGA? Can he sneak? No, you can't sneak him in. Everyone's watching the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in this chess match that both coaches have talked about. The who punches first thing hasn't even really mattered. Spurs up 15-0 in Game 3. Huge burst to start Game 4, but they still lost that Game 3. You know, like where this series is being played is the third quarter. Who can take the most effective lead in the third quarter into the fourth? That's where this series is being played. That's where this series is being figured out. And it doesn't even have to be bench depth. The production of this series is the pendulum for Oklahoma City that they want to keep swinging. Game 3, 76-23. OKC's bench outscored San Antonio. Because the Spurs don't really have a bench. They don't want a bench. They don't need one. They're saying, hey, we get that OKC has 11 guys, that 5 of them will start for OKC. That's standard in basketball. And the other 6 guys would start anywhere else in the country. We understand that. We're going to have to take our best 7, our best 6, leave them on the floor, and beat you with those guys. If Castle, Vassell, Fox, if these guys are healthy, that best 6, best 7 for San Antonio has shown that it can play. Thanks Victor Wembanyama, by the way. He accounts for 3 NBA players. They've shown they can play with any of the 5 Oklahoma City throws on the floor. Therein lies the problem for the Thunder. San Antonio has a conglomerate of 5 players that are better than Oklahoma City's 5 they're throwing out at any given time. It's the depth question. Can San Antonio, can you win 2 more games, understanding you can't dip into the bench? Oklahoma City, at what point do you have to say, hey, here are our 5 best guys. They all have to play 35 minutes. SGA is the only player in the loss of the Thunder, the only player to play more than 26 minutes. They're spreading the love almost too much in a playoff series where OKC needs its best. I understand that Oklahoma City has depth. Now, everybody's got to play because they're all so good. But at some point, pick your 6 and go with those. Pick your 7 and rotate 2 guys in. Otherwise, you have a game like Game 4 where no player scored 20 or more, and your starting lineup, Dort, 2 points. Wallace, 5 points. SGA, 19 points. Holmgren, 10. Hartenstein, 12. You do that quick math, that's 48 points. That's 48 points. That's terrible. The Thunder starters scored 48 in Game 4. Throw up in my mouth. Oklahoma City, San Antonio resume. Game 5 in OKC tonight. Coming up, Adam Trigger. Let's talk some baseball. It was a crazy Memorial Day. Shine matters in the Shine Showdown. 84% of people choose Tidal Wave Auto Spa over the competition. Stop by Tidal Wave. Get that clean car happy feeling. Find locations at TidalWaveAutoSpa.com. TidalWaveAutoSpa.com. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Where will LeBron take his talent?
You hear me?
Good morning. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. And it's the day after the Houston Astros throw a combined no-hitter against the Texas Rangers. He is a baseball savant. Adam Trigger joins the Drake Toll Show at Adam Trigger WT with Wager Talk. Adam, I guess we got to start with headline, storyline number one. As a native Arkansan, I did grow up a pretty big Texas Rangers fan. And the Houston Astros have a no-hitter in Arlington less than 24 hours ago. Your reaction?
It was good to see Amai pitch well. He's someone that's really kind of struggled, in my opinion, so far. But I think he struggled more to acclimate to this country, though, than pitch. Like, he had command issues, then he got hurt. Looked good yesterday, didn't walk anyone in the start before. Like, he's gonna be huge for the Astros, who I'm still out on them. Sorry, Addy, I'm still out on the Astros a little bit. I don't think they have the players this year, but man, if they get a couple of guys to go out and have quality starts, they can compete in that division, which, you kind of alluded to the Rangers. I thought the Rangers were going to be the sneaky team in this division, but they look very average so far. So I do think it's sort of open for someone else to step up.
Yeah, no doubt. Adam, a couple of issues on our end right now having you come through. We're going to give you a phone call here real quick to get you all kosher and set up with us. For Adam on that one, spot on, though, with the idea the Texas Rangers shouldn't be the worst team in the AL West, and they aren't proven to be necessarily the worst, but a no-hitter at the hands of the Houston Astros, one of the most banged-up teams in all of baseball, and a no-hitter at the hand of a Houston Astros team that is not in a position to compete. Not that they necessarily, it doesn't look like they have the roster to do so injury-wise, has now pushed those Rangers. For Texas, their record falls to 24-29. Houston at 24-31, and only the Los Angeles Angels sit behind those two squads in the AL West, where the Athletics lead the way and lead the pace of play. For the Texas Rangers, the light for anybody in the AL West, the light is dim, and for the AL in general, things have not spread out unless you are the Cleveland Guardians, Tampa Bay Rays, or New York Yankees. Everybody else is just churning water. The only other team out of the AL who currently has a winning record is the Chicago White Sox. You hear that? No team in the AL West has a winning record. 500 for the Athletics. Over in the Central, the Guardians and the White Sox both above 500. Yankees and Rays have that same mark as well. Just 4 teams in the AL have a record above 500. Adam Trigger joining us now via phone. Adam, apologies on our end for the technical issues and kind of that same thing. I know you just went through it, but the Houston Astros putting together a combined no-hitter and with a guy making his debut on the back end. How special is that for the game of baseball?
No, it's great. I mean, yeah, Alan Santa has been pretty good. He's probably been their best pitcher at AAA so far this year, and that's kind of what I was saying. I know my volume it wasn't coming through, but the Astros, they lack talent, they lack players this year. There's been for example, I felt like they kind of last season didn't really have the talent either, and they were able to have a much better season than I expected them to, and this year, the team, in my opinion, is worse, and then they've gotten hit with a couple of injuries, and it's why that they're sitting there right now at 24-31. But, if you can get if Amai's going to go out and give you a quality start, when he goes out, because of course he struggled early in the season, couldn't find the strike zone, then he gets hurt, hard time acclimating to this country. If he's going to pitch well, and then they get, maybe someone like Ryan Weiss comes back up after some time in the minors and pitches well, they have some other injuries where their pitching staff could be better. They could hang around, but Drake, I like the Mariners in this division. If I had to pick a winner right now, going into play yesterday, they were plus 125 to win the AL West. They're the only one with a positive run differential, and I still think they are so much better than they've shown this year. So Mariners would be my pick to win the AL West.
Extremely slow start earlier in the season for the Mariners. They finally started to catch back up and now have positioned themselves in the second spot in the AL West. Adam Trigger joining the Drake Toll Show at Adam Trigger WT on Twitter. Adam, Riku Nishida, 2022, spent a summer with him in Cape Cod. Him and Nolan Shonowell have become best friends. And day one in the dugout, they asked Riku who his favorite player was. He looked at Nolan Shonowell and said, "That guy, because big muscles." That was the quote. And the rest of the year, Riku called Nolan Daddy. He was Daddy Nolan. Every time he stepped to the plate, you hear the shriek from the dugout of Daddy Nolan, Daddy. It was Riku and his incredible excitement for now a multi-year big leaguer in Nolan Shonowell. Riku, a big leaguer himself. What do you make of the debut of one Nishida for the Chicago White Sox?
It was fine. It was solid. Got a hit, threw a guy out at home. I thought he played really well during his time with Charlotte, 33 games, hit over 300. OPS was like 850. And then, this is a guy that spent an entire year at AA last year, started the year at AA this year, played college baseball. I think he's like 25 years old. So certainly not being rushed up. I think he earned his shot. He was playing well at all phases of the game down at Charlotte. I watch a ton of minor league baseball. He's kind of been their best player, or certainly one of them. So, well deserved, and I think he played good enough to earn himself at least another game or two. So, it was a good debut for him.
Definitely undersized. Adam, how does a guy like that force his way into a big league stint that lasts more than a few weeks or a month?
Get on base, grind, make especially for a team like the White Sox who, we've been watching this White Sox team the last couple of years not be a very fundamentally sound team, be near the bottom of the league. They just need guys that play winning baseball. I think, this is something I actually highlighted on my show over at Wager Talk. I do a daily show called Total Bases. We're on 6 days a week, 9 a.m. Eastern. The White Sox were a team we highlighted before the season as a team that really actually, the upside has a chance to win this division. They're right there at 27 and 26, and what the White Sox just desperately need are guys that go out and just play the game the right way, don't make mistakes. There's been zero culture of winning there. I think they're slowly starting to change it. And so if he does that, then I think he's going to hang around for a while. And I think that goes for any of those guys, because if they don't do it, Charlotte's got a couple more players that could potentially take the spot of someone on the big league roster right now.
Yeah, Adam Riku's got a lot of airtime on this show today. Excited for him and his career, and against the odds making it to the show for a team that is against the odds right now and trying to figure out a lot. Will the sun ever shine again on the Chicago Cubs?
Man, it's hard to believe it doesn't. There's just too much talent on that team. Even with this 9-game losing streak, they're still 4 games over 500. They're still 3.5 back of the Brewers. Their lineup 1 through 9 should be one of the better ones in the league. Now, pitching, this is something that, again, we were talking about earlier in the season when Cade Horton went down, and right around the time Matthew Boyd was also hurt. I do think pitching could eventually let this team down. They don't have a ton of depth, and there is no one in Iowa that can help them out. They have one of the worst pitching staffs at the AAA level right now, especially with Jackson Wiggins hurt. So I don't know what they do to maybe kind of resolve that. But if they would just start to hit, it wouldn't matter, because even with the quote unquote, maybe pitching issues, still have a plus 19 run differential. And when Crow Armstrong and guys like that are hitting near the bottom of your lineup, that's the upside is there. But yeah, right now it seems like it's more of a collective mental thing for that team than ability on the field.
Adam Trigger joining the Drake Toll Show from Wager Talk, talking baseball here. Adam, the Atlanta Braves pace the MLB in wins, but given the way and I know the Dodgers had a weird first half of May, but given the way they've recovered, do the Atlanta Braves pace Major League Baseball as the best team, or is it still LA?
No, I would fade the Braves right now. I do like to come on. I am I am an MLB bettor, so I like to give some actionable info. Just to go back to the last segment really quickly, I would take a flyer on the Cubs still for futures. But no, I'm not saying the Braves won't win this division or they're not a contender. They certainly are. But like on a day-to-day basis, I would sell this team. They're 36-18. They played as good as they possibly can play to this point. Don't get me wrong, they're a very good team. You start to look at the NL East, hard to believe someone else wins this division, right? Now, I don't think it's going to be the Phillies. I certainly don't think it's going to be the Mets. The Nationals have a fun team, but let's be realistic here. They're probably not going to outlast the Braves. But just on a day-to-day betting, looking at like where they're priced in the market, Drake Baldwin gets hurt. That's a pretty big deal in my opinion. So I do kind of think they come back to earth a little, and it maybe has already started to an extent, couple losses in a row. We'll see how the next couple weeks go. But I think from a price standpoint, you're going to be able to get pretty good value fading the Braves pretty much whenever you want. So I'll be looking to pick my spots against them this coming week or two.
Adam, last thing I got for you. If there's one future, you mentioned a couple here, if there's one future that you love moving forward as of today, hey, jump on this, jump on it now, what is that bet?
Yeah, we've actually talked about a couple good ones on this show, but like you're saying, it's got to be right now. So right now, I'll go back to the one I already brought up. I would stack up on the Mariners right now to win the AL West, because you're still getting plus money. As of last night, it was still plus 125. They did win convincingly against the team that's ahead of them last night, so the odds may be adjusted a little bit, but you could probably still find a plus 125 out there somewhere. But I would just ladder that. I would just take them to win the American League, to win the World Series. Right now, if you look at the American League, obviously the Yankees, the only team that I really think could stop the Mariners when it comes to like playoff baseball, a playoff series, is probably the Yankees. I'm not fully in on the Rays. I was on the Rays yesterday. What a dreadful loss that was. If they're going to again, I'm not saying that may be a one-off situation, but they made 4 errors. The second the Rays start making mistakes, that team will lose 9 of 10. There's not a ton of talent on that team. The Mariners have pitching, and even with like this current, I think they're 3 games under 500. They're still top 10 in WRC plus offensively and top 10 in all the pitching metrics as a team. They had Bryce Miller was hurt. He's starting to come back from injury. Like, there's a lot of good players in this organization too. In my opinion, they have the most upside of any team in the American League. And if you get them into a playoff series with a team like the Yankees, they've got the pitching to win. So I'm pretty much all in on the Mariners from this point forward.
I love it. At Adam Trigger WT. Adam, thanks so much for being up early with us on the Drake Toll Show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
And there it goes. Major League Baseball right now, you're late May. We know who you are now. You have an identity now. Not to say you can't make a run in June or July, but we know who you are and how these teams stack up. The Seattle Mariners, buy now. Adam Trigger says so, and I believe him from Wager Talk. Addy Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. When we come back, Idiot of the Day on the Drake Toll Show.
This is Westwood One Sports.
double the size of it, you dumb person.
Good morning. It's the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I don't know where you are. Do you know where your children are? I don't know where you are. I can tell you this. Looking out my window in beautiful tropical Savannah, Georgia. It is a pristine day. 83 degrees and 100% humidity on their way to my backyard. Good morning to the world, by the way. Addie Bates produces and Curtis Poindexter runs the board. The New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. An honor to be with you on the morning, Tuesday 26th. Tuesday 26th. Yeah. Try May 26th, 2026. The first day in 27 years where the morning radio host can get on the air and say the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. It's real. Pinch yourself. Touch yourself. Like, this is your sentience. This is real. The Knicks go into the finals. The Montreal Canadiens drop a game in overtime at home last night to the Hurricanes. And now the Canes take a 2-1 series lead. Tonight, the Vegas Golden Knights could sweep. Yeah, good luck trying to convince me of that 7 days ago. The Vegas Golden Knights could sweep the Colorado Avalanche. Because hockey, man. Hockey. Riku Nishida makes his MLB debut for the Chicago White Sox yesterday. Guns a man down from right field, steals the show, gets a base knock. Good for the my old pal Riku. And a no-hitter for the Houston Astros. And somehow, Lane Kiffin, Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini, not in our major storylines today for this show. So we had to swap them out for others, and those names are on their way. It's time for our Idiot of the Day.
Idiot of the Day.
Huh. Idiot of the Day, Stephen A. Smith? Because you'll remember Jaylen Brown and Stephen A. are in this big tiff. They're mad at each other. Jaylen Brown is taking Nick Wright of Fox and sicking him on Stephen A., and Stephen A. is responding. And look, this is going to help all parties involved. Everybody's getting publicity out of this. Here's the latest clip from Jaylen Brown and Stephen A. Smith.
Jaylen Brown, be careful what you wish for. You really want me to start reporting on that level?
Come on, man. Come on, Stephen A. You El Chapo? You running the media cartel, my boy?
Yeah. What, you El Chapo? Look, Stephen A. knows people who know people. If you don't want your knees broke, I'd take it real nice like around Stephen A. Smith. These two have been in this tip. And again, I want to reemphasize, I am not, it's the legendary Chris Everett, Jim Rome moment, right? These displays, arguments between a Stephen A. and a Jaylen Brown, a Nick Wright gets involved, help everybody. It's publicity for you and for you and for you. Sparking these kinds of conversations, I did it with some Arizona beat writer who wears his hat Fernando Rodney style and has no hair probably 2 months ago. Just going back and forth on Twitter for a few days. Why? It drums up conversation in the right circles when there's not a lot of conversation. That's the case for Stephen A. and Jaylen Brown. That's the case with Jaylen Brown going live. Of course, he's live streaming and taking Stephen A.'s comments and responding to them because that's Jaylen Brown. Must be controversy. Got to get into an argument. Got to be in the headlines. Come on. Idiot of the day. Anyone, any of you who hate the Indy 500. Ford Martin posts this. It's a clip from Fox from Will Buxton at the Indianapolis 500 Ford saying this might be the greatest call I've ever heard to end a motorsports event. Here is one lap, the final lap at Indianapolis, and an electric play-by-play call from Buxton.
Armstrong goes now. Foot to the floor. Malukas goes with him. One lap to decide it all at Indianapolis. Malukas hunting to the high side, around the outside, into the lead. Malukas leads with 1 to go. Rosenquist round the outside of his teammate through 1, into the short tune in 2. Teammates battle side by side, but out front, the young American chasing his first win off turn 2. David Malukas goes to defend. The MSR driver still side by side, but will that play into Malukas' hands? And here comes Pato O'Ward. Malukas is out in front.
Side by side behind.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Malukas has to defend from Rosenquist. Great run off the final corner. Here comes Rosenquist. Malukas defends. Who has it? Over the line. Who's it going to be?
Outside.
It's Rosenquist. It's Rosenquist. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh, what a month of May.
Well, you just won the Indy 500. You just won, buddy.
Rosenquist, really good stuff. Rosenquist wins the Indy 500, comeback, final lap, bang! What a weekend it was in Indianapolis, and what a call on Fox for the Indy 500. You're the idiot of the day if you don't like motorsports. If you don't get it, you don't watch it, that's fine. But be like, I hate it, I'm not going to. No, it's electric. It's like if the ponies ran for hours and hours and hours. Like, you take what we love about the Kentucky Derby and make it a few hours long. Idiot of the day. Excited to get Addie's reaction to this one. Dalton Rushing. William Contreras challenged a pitch using ABS, and as soon as he tapped the helmet to challenge that pitch, Dalton Rushing, who was at the plate, said, that's a ball. Here's the audio.
Challenge.
The pitcher's called a ball. The catcher challenging.
Rushing says, no. That's a ball. Let's see if he's right. He's wrong.
Pitcher's a strike. Milwaukee has one challenge
Maybe
remaining.
that's powered by T-Mobile. You can't argue the computer, Dalton.
Can't argue with the computer. The robots, always right. Addie, I'm not close and personal friends with Dalton Rushing, but everything I've seen, interviews to clips from the games, he kind of seems like an ass hat.
No, he is. Remember, he was the one at the beginning of the season when the Rockies won a game versus the Dodgers, which they're like, oh, they're swinging at everything. Yeah, look at the numbers. The Rockies do swing at everything. They have the highest swing. It's crazy, okay? And like, oh, something seems a little fishy, insinuating that they were cheating or something was tipping pitches. No, maybe you just suck. Sorry. And then he called a player a fat F and all this kind of stuff. Another player got injured, and he was like, who cares? And now this? Yeah, I don't know if this guy's trying to prove, because he's not good enough to be acting like that, okay? You can sometimes, you have those players, they're going to be an ass, and you're like, well, okay, they're kind of good, though, so I guess, they can kind of do that. They can kind of do that because they're good. No, he's honestly making a fool out of himself, and if I were a coach, I would bench his ass. Like, learn actually how to be a teammate and learn how to keep your mouth shut, because even that, like, that's a ball, and it was so clearly a strike. Like, you look like an idiot. So you're an idiot of the day.
Yeah. He's being kind of mean.
He is. He'll bully you.
I don't want to. Please don't let him. Don't bully me. You know what'll happen. Final idiot of the day. A couple more, actually. In the NBA, for trying to be like the NFL, Adam Schefter tweets out, inside the NBA at halftime. It's the Cavaliers have a 2026 NBA playoff banner that says, Taylor Swift came to one of our games. Addie, inside the NBA.
So, I don't know if you were listening to the game at all, but they kept going, Travis Kelce's girlfriend. Then they kept showing her. I was like, oh my God, for the love of Christ. This is one of my things. Like, I actually don't really care about the celebs at a game. Like, that's wonderful. That's great that Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner are at every game. Yeah, I'm sure so is Frank and, like, the upper deck. Like, no one cares. No one cares about these celebrities. But, of course, because it's Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, Kylie Jenner, all of these, I'm I'm just like, guys, and no, it's not because she's Taylor Swift. So before we get callers like, oh my God, you're misogynist, you hate Taylor Swift. I do not. I'm not misogynist. It's just annoying. I don't want them in my sports. Sound like an old man now.
Anyway.
Idiot of the day, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Steak F tweets, adding James Harden to win a championship is like marrying a stripper because you want a family. That's the piece. That's the final piece. James Harden's going to be the one to get it done. Wrong. He was
Analytically,
not.
they won.
You'd say, they swept the Knicks analytically, and then James Harden came to the podium and was like, well, we were the better team. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How could you ever say that? Oh, holy airball, man. Like, just talking in circles. I don't think Kenny Atkinson should be fired. Do we all agree Kenny Atkinson should not be fired? Why would you fire the guy for taking the Cleveland Cavaliers with James Harden to the conference finals? Don't talk about the hot seat. We just love to be, we'd be firing people nowadays, which I guess kind of worked with Tibbs. Oops. That kind of shoots down my argument. But man, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, you'd think they could put up, and so yeah, I've given them the excuse if they played a couple Game 7s. Look at the Golden Knights. Look at the Golden Knights versus the much better Colorado Avalanche. They're up 3-0 in a much more physical sport. Uh-oh. Now what? Now what's your excuse? Cleveland looked dismal. Biggest idiot of the day. The NCAA. The 12 host sites have been released for college baseball. Mississippi State, who went 2-7 in their SEC series this year, will host at 40-17 overall. The Arkansas Razorbacks, who went 6-3 in their SEC series, will not. They'll head to Lawrence, Kansas and West Virginia, the two teams out of the Big 12 who were given the nod to host this year for college baseball. Big winner for Southern Miss, by the way, getting to host as the 9 seed. And the final idiot of the day, Tim Walton and Florida softball. If you follow softball at all at the collegiate level, you know that Tim Walton's been a bit of a problem child for a long time. He hit a girl, like kind of took his fist and off her shoulder, like batted this girl away during a handshake line a few years back and became infamous for that moment. And now Walton was ejected from the Florida-Texas Tech Game 3, where Florida lost 16-7 at home, and Texas Tech punched its ticket to the College World Series for the second consecutive year. Jason Williams, notable West Virginia native, Rand, played high school ball with Randy Moss. People forget. Jason Williams in attendance. His daughter Mia Williams plays for Texas Tech. She formerly played for Florida. Addie, the Florida softball team hit her 5 times. The Florida softball team hit Mia Williams 5 times when she stepped to the plate during this series. That's insane. And Jason Williams and the entirety of the Texas Tech fan base had appropriate responses to this, from flipping the bird to yelling at Florida fans to the Florida Gators softball team responding by not even shaking hands post-game. What do you make of this?
Obviously, it's baseball. You know, if you make someone mad, you know what's going to happen. You're going to get a hit. You're going to get hit. That's it. Any other sport, maybe it's a little weird.
She just transferred. She just transferred from Florida to Texas. They hit her 5 times in a 3-game series.
Okay, when Kyle Tucker, whenever he was with the Cubs, the Astros still cheered for him. When he goes to the Dodgers, they boo him in the stadium. Like, that's just how it is. If you transfer, you go somewhere else, yes, people aren't going to like you. Honestly, because it shows, hey, you're probably not that loyal. And so why would they be nice to her? Why would they like her? She transferred. 5 times is a little excessive. Softballs still do.
That's what I'm saying. How are we defending Florida softball?
No, I'm just saying,
right now?
if you get hit once, like, okay, yeah, that's expected. I'm not saying I'm not defending it. I'm just saying
we wouldn't be talking about.
I'm not defending it. I'm just saying I'm not surprised. That's baseball. Like, that's just what it is. So I'm not surprised whatsoever. Yeah, flipping the bird, that's pretty mild. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm a big fan of that. You know, if someone cuts me off while I'm driving, you know what I do? Yeah, okay? I do that. I don't aren't hit them 5 times, though.
Well, when Mia Williams wasn't being hit, she was hitting home runs, which is good. Texas Tech 16-7 over Florida. The Red Raiders are headed to the College World Series. Florida left 0 runners on base. You know how bad you have to be to leave 0 runners on base and score 7? Like, you scored 7 runs, left no one on. You did everything you could, and got run ruled at home in 5 innings. Ugh. Those are our idiots of the day. When we come back, Locked On Knicks, Chris Sachi, he's having a pretty good morning, I can assume, will join the Drake Tolles Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, that's what this is. The Drake Tolles Show.
Remember Deshaun Watson? He's been...
And then I'm going to unmute me. I'm going to unmute Sach. Addie, you're unmuted. Oh, I can't unmute. It won't let me unmute you. Okay. There. Nice.
Dang.
Morning, Sach.
Hey, look at this. Look at this, huh?
Yeah, we're testing out. We had our first. So, a couple of things. We can't. StreamYard doesn't have talkback. It's like mid-segment. Our YouTube viewers just get the behind-the-scenes, little BTS action.
Cool.
Other side of that, guest on StreamYard 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. For the first time ever, his audio didn't come through. So we're testing it right now.
Okay. Hey, you look good, Drake.
You got his audio great. Yeah, so we're such that Curtis is in LA and we have a rotating, revolving door all day, obviously of board ops and through the weekend.
Yeah.
So if you press one button or change one thing, it can all be kind of thrown for a loop.
Hey, I got you. Thank you guys for having me. This is going to be so much fun.
For sure, dog. And now you'll be able to we can clip it for socials too with the video.
Yeah. How do I sound? Look good, smell good, feel good? Here we go.
Yeah, everything's great.
Let me match myself up a little bit to where we're on the same page here.
We're about 3.5 out. I'm gonna go fill my coffee cup back up and then we'll catch you. Play back up.
Cheers, mate.
Let's do it. All right.
to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee.
Good morning, Food Giant shoppers. Good morning, America. Good morning to the world. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Coming up after us, Nick Costos. He's excited today. You Better You Bet. Blake and Abdallah, then Jim Rome will get you home this afternoon. The New York Knicks. It is a distinct honor, a privilege to be a morning radio show host and open a program on Tuesday, May 26, 2026. For the first time in 27 years to tell you the New York Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals. He is the host of one of the many talented hosts of Locked On Knicks. Chris Sachi joins the Drake Toll Show. Sachi, it's real. Like, Knicks fans can breathe, can embrace it. The New York Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals. I know you, as somebody who's followed them for decades, your reaction to a morning like this.
Drake, my raw reaction right now is emotion. It's almost tears. You said those words. The New York Knicks are headed to the NBA Finals. And by the way, Mike Breen saying those words made it all the more special. Right? He's the one who's been calling these terrible Knick games with Clyde Frazier, with the likes of Ronaldo Balkman and Jared Jeffries and Lean Isaiah Thomas years. And he's the one who delivers the words. I mean, you can tell it. It's 8:20 in the morning, and the emotion is here. My eyes are welling up just thinking about it. It's amazing for us what we've gone through as a fan base to be on the other side of this, and I expect Drake for them to win in the finals. By the way, it's going to start hot. I got to start hot. I feel really good.
Yeah, I like it. So, in a piece of this that I love is from Larry David and some of these professional fans. Like, oh yeah, that guy. To Stephen A. Smith, who has covered the Knicks and covered NBA basketball for decades. That's a guy who was emotional. Stephen A. tweeting last night, my Knicks. They're in the NBA Finals. So there are analysts who have covered this team as both fans and professionals who feel the emotion and the weight of what it means to have New York in the NBA Finals. And you mentioned those finals. You've got a few. They can go to Cancun. They can have a margarita, have a pina colada, get ready for the series against either the Spurs or the Thunder. You say it doesn't matter which of those two teams makes it to face the Knicks. The Bockers are going to win no matter what, huh?
Drake. I mean, you look at teams that have won 11 straight games in the postseason. There's only 4. It's the Showtime Lakers in '89. It's the 99 Spurs who the Knicks got defeated by in the finals back then, and the 01 Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. Like, these are some of the 3 most memorable teams in basketball history. This is where the Bockers sit. This is how well they're playing. So I agree with myself. I agree with what you just said. I mean, we're going to do a segment today on who do we want to face, right? That's great talk radio. But I feel great about either team. And I think a lot of folks are going to choose the Western Conference. Oh, they're the juggernauts, defending champs or Wembanyama. The Knicks have no shot. This Knicks team is playing about as great as you can right now. Mike Brown, I got to give him his flowers. He changed the offense mid-postseason. I mean, Drake, they're down 2-1 against Atlanta. The sky is falling. We got to trade for Giannis. We got to fire Mike Brown. They haven't lost since then. They have not lost since then. They've changed up basically everything on the offensive side mid-postseason, and they haven't looked back. I mean, this is a special group of special players that have led up to this moment. For fans, it's like gratifying because we've been through the dust and the rubble. Now we're here. But you got to look at this front office, too, and how well they've built this team as well. I mean, Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle, 7 years ago, they had a 8-year playoff drought. Everything that has come up to this has come up great. And the seas have parted, I think, for the Knicks to really win the title here. Knicks fans should expect to win. That's my take. They should expect to win this NBA Finals, as crazy as that might sound.
It's been interesting to see Tibbs get love from Knicks fans, too, over the course of this playoff run for his role in helping get New York to a position where, hey, competing in the NBA postseason was the expectation and an annual expectation. You mentioned some offensive changes and the way the Knicks have approached this playoffs, and Mike Brown has approached this playoffs. What is it about Mike Brown that's led him to be a catalyst to get the Knicks past that Eastern Conference Finals hump?
Yeah, it's a great question, Drake. I mean, you think about getting back to Tom Thibodeau, what you just said, that was one of the riskiest hires and fires in basketball history. I mean, Tom Thibodeau brought you to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, the highest heist since '99 until this year. But the Knicks brass, from ownership on down, James Dolan, Worldwide West, Leon Rose thought, okay, he's actually prohibitive in us getting to the NBA title. And Mike Brown was hired to reach even higher heights. And he's done that with the biggest pressure cooker job I think you can have. And you talk about X's and O's. What does he change? Well, making Cat the focal point has been the key of this whole turnaround. I mean, he's somebody who Cat and Mike Brown all season were kind of jockeying back and forth. Cat bristled at playing the 4. Mike Brown got off of that. Cat bristled at playing in the post because he was racking up these offensive fouls and turnovers. Mike Brown changed that. Like, him and Cat had an acrimonious relationship all year until now, until the Knicks went down 2-1, when Mike Brown basically said, you're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to be special. You're going to play at the top of the arc. You're going to facilitate for us. He's had 5+ assists in most of these wins, when during the regular year, he was more of an afterthought. Jalen Brunson, he's your guy, right? He's going to be the guy who's going to have the ball at the end of the games. But Cat in quarters 1 through 3, facilitating has changed the Knicks offense. It's allowed their cutters to get involved. That's why Mikal Bridges has been so great. That's why OG Anunoby has been so great, because now the ball's ping-ponging around. You have a Jokic-like 7-footer at the top of the arc that's finally been unlocked by Mike Brown. So give him credit. Give Mike a lot of credit. I mean, I'm going to give him some side credit too. Like, guys like Jordan Clarkson were banished from the rotation and are now back because of how Mike Brown pretty much told him, you're not going to play unless you defend and rebound. And like, that's changed his whole season. Miles McBride's been banged up, and he said, I'm going to instill confidence in you. You're still my 6th man. So I know I'm ping-ponging around credit, but Mike Brown deserves a lot of it, because this pressure cooker job in a win-now situation, inheriting a team that looked ready for the finals, he said it last night at the podium. I looked from afar, thought my coaching career was over, but this was the team I wanted to coach because they look ready. And he's got them to where they wanted to go. Risky hire. He's got it done.
Chris Sachi of Locked On Knicks joining the Drake Toll Show on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sachi, the Mets, the Yankees, the Giants, the Jets, you go down the list of New York sports organizations, franchises who have struggled or struggled. The Giants is the last true title, the last Big 3 title New York as a city has won. Where does this New York Knicks team rank, even if they don't win the NBA Finals, as amongst those legendary teams that folks in New York will talk about for years to come?
Yeah, Drake, that's a great question, because all those teams you mentioned, Mets, Yankees, Jets, Giants, there's always there's a dogfight, right? My team's better. Even when the Giants were on top beating the Patriots twice, like, Jets fans were not mad because they beat Tom Brady twice. I think that's great. I'm a Jets fan, and I don't hate the Giants at all. I respect them. But Mets, Yankees is a little more feisty, right? The Knicks are a team that 90% of New York City is rallying around. So when you're seeing videos online of, guys absolutely going nuts and people, dancing, singing around the Garden or elsewhere all throughout the 5 boroughs and beyond, that's why, because there's not as much of a divide. So yes, the Giants have had the legit title. The Yankees won in 2009, but there's always some other side, Mets fans, Jets fans, kind of wish that was us, right? That's not the case with the Knicks. They are rallying the entire city of New York. The Brooklyn Nets, let's face it, are not very relevant right now. They came from Jersey. It's pretty much 90-10. And the Nets fans are like a sliver of silence right now, because this Knicks team is going to rally the city. That's the difference maker. There's no second team in this New York City boroughs when it comes to basketball. It's the Knicks. So that's the sticking point. Like you said, regardless of results, they're already on top. But I think Knicks fans understand, because, look, again, I said at the top when you brought me on, we appreciate where this team's been through. We've been through some surefire heck, by the way. And we know that this team can play. Like, we know basketball. We're not just – there's some guys flying in, right, and being part of this finals run. The energy is contagious, and I get it. But the ones who have stuck through this know that this team can win, because they're in some special territory right now. And it's already galvanized the city, and a win would just set it ablaze.
The name Jalen Brunson is it's not a controversial name, but you think NBA stars of the last decade, you don't think Jalen Brunson. Stars of the last 5 years, you think, how do you put Jalen Brunson in the same category as a Wemby or an SGA or a LeBron or a Jokic and a Giannis? The list of names you consider to be the top stars of the NBA, Jalen Brunson's name being in that category is a lot like Sam Darnold with the Seattle Seahawks, where you wouldn't put Sam Darnold up there with Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, but then you wake up one day and go, no, he deserves that pedestal. You can't go without Jalen Brunson being in that conversation atop the NBA. Where is he right now on the list of as he climbs the list of New York City legends, athletes who become legends?
Another great question, Drake. You think about, by the way, the Knicks, really saw a lot of foresight when it came to Jalen Brunson, right? You look at all the video clips when he was signed. This guy's not a number one. What are they doing giving $100 million? It's because his dad coaches with Tom Thibodeau, like a lot of flack. And it's all over the internet. And Knicks fans are going to keep saying it till their faces turn blue. Everyone's better than Jalen Brunson until you actually need to be better than Jalen Brunson. So when you think of the class of where he is, he's got to be amongst the guys that are amongst the most impossible to stop. Like you think of Jokic, Wemby, Giannis, Luka. I don't put him that far out of that category because time and time and again, he's come up massive in plenty of these comebacks in these playoff runs. You think about the 22-point comeback in game 1 against Cleveland. Who started that on his own? Oh, wait, it was Jalen Brunson with the personal 8-0 run. You know, who last year against Boston, who was letting them climb back? And by the way, this guy took a massive pay cut to facilitate getting you OG Anunoby, to facilitate getting you Mikal Bridges. Like this Knicks team deserves a lot of credit and foresight because they made these bold risks, right? You trade 5 firsts for Mikal Bridges. You trade RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly, 2 cornerstones for OG Anunoby. You signed Jalen Brunson when he's on the cusp of greatness, when a lot of people said he wasn't very good. Like people are going to see the Knicks right now and the energy's high and everything, but this FO, this front office needs a lot of credit. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns was a risky acquisition. This was a guy who foul trouble, playoff success has been up and down, whatever. They've been a lot of risky, acquisitions, Brunson being the first domino to fall, and it's been phenomenal. To answer your question, he's got to be amongst your upper echelon. You think of like, who do you want with the rock in his hands late in the ball game? I don't know how many players you'd rather have than Jalen Brunson. You might even want him above Luka Doncic only because of the fact that he's available. He's so durable. He's so reliable. He took the pay cut. He's the king of New York right now.
Mentioned today that he's the best player this postseason. Wemby, great. Yeah, I think he's the best player in the universe. SGA is the MVP. Jalen Brunson has been the best postseason player in basketball, and the 11 straight wins are what back that up. It's hard to argue that given the body of work Brunson's put together over this run of 3 series for the New York Knicks. And past him, Sachi, and past Cat, past OG, who are the guys? If the Knicks win the NBA title, who are the names that America, out of the top 2 or 3, Brunson, Cat, who is it going to be that slips in there and sneaky wins the Knicks a title?
Yeah, another great question, Drake. The one name I got to say is Landry Shamet. This is a guy who the Knicks really had some crafty stuff that they didn't do in the past, right, to get Landry Shamet. I'm going to take you full circle. 2024, the Knicks bring him in a non-guaranteed contract. He separates his shoulder in the preseason. He's a guy who doctors said he may not play again because of the range of motion. His shoulder has really been limited since that point in time, right? 2025, he's in the G League draft. And what do the Knicks do? They do these little margin type things, right? And they trade for the first 2 picks in the G League draft to acquire Landry Shamet. He doesn't really make the team in preseason. And then entering this season, right? And he was solid for Tom Thibodeau last year. But again, another Mike Brown, feather in his cap as he's played the bench a lot better. This season, he doesn't make the team if Malcolm Brogdon doesn't retire right before the year, right? Like he was on the outside looking in with the likes of Garrison Matthews, Matt Ryan. Like he was going to be a G League guy. Malcolm Brogdon retires days before the season, right? And enter Landry Shamet. I mean, he made 12 of 13 3-pointers in the Eastern Conference Finals. The guy's unconscious right now. So yeah, like you said, a lot of top heavy star names on this Knicks team, but he's become like a cult hero, minimum salary guy on and off the Knicks roster, G Leaguer, and he's etched his name in Knicks history already because of what he's done in the Eastern Conference Finals. I want to tell you a story, Drake. First round, right? The Knicks close out the Hawks. Landry's out of the rotation. Josh Hart's doing like a post-game interview, right? On the court, let's say 20 minutes after the game ends. Who's in the background running sprints behind him? Wind sprints, right? After a game, it's Landry Shamet, staying ready, staying part of the rotation, even though he was out of it, staying active. And John Wallace says it on our squad show all the time with Locked On. It takes a strong group to sacrifice yourself, to stay ready in these playoff games. Mike Brown, from his top point of view, to guys like Shamet, Alvarado, McBride, whose playing time is jockeyed around, right? Physically, they haven't been 100%. He's gotten everybody to buy in, 1 through 15. That's why this team is out where they're at right now. 11 straight wins, and why I think they should be expected to win the NBA Finals.
Yeah, and excited to have you on throughout this finals run for the New York Knicks. Excited for you with Locked On Knicks as well. How can listeners of the Drake Toll Show best support you?
Podcast. Locked on Knicks. That's the way to do it. YouTube live shows. We got one tonight at 8:30. The Daily Show guys got one going on. I think as we speak, we're pumping out content. We're doing postcasts after the game. And Drake, by the way, tell that delusional Jets fan to get a grip, man. Tell him, whoever that is, tell him he's absolutely nuts. The Jets, they'll be fine. And whoever delusional Jets fan is, I hope he's smiling today. Because the Knicks, his New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals. Rejoice, rejoice. Forget about the Jets right now. Forget about the Mets right now. Even the Yankees are up and down. It's all about the Knicks right now in New York City.
You've got a pretty similar cadence to that crazy New York Jets fan I think I remember from days ago, months ago. Sachi, thanks again for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Drake. Love what you guys are doing at Westwood One Sports Talk. You guys are on a rocket ship to the moon, so excited to support. Thank you.
Jay Sachi, SACCHI on Twitter, host of Locked On Knicks. When we come back, let's send you the highlights of last night's win for the Knicks. And that final call, Mike Breen saying words that have not been heard in 27 years. The New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. That's all coming up as we close the show. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates producing. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. This is the Drake Toll Show.
a sweet little body and she rolling in the caddy.
In the meat.
It's the Drake Toll Show. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization, Locked On Big 12. I'll be on ESPN this weekend, so that's fun. With Party Animals and Loco Beach Coconuts live from the ESPN Worldwide of Sports? I don't know. I've got to look that up. I should probably know that. Where we're playing, that is. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. It is Tuesday, but since yesterday was Memorial Day, hope you all have a reverential Memorial Day. We will do Music Monday as well as Dead or Alive today. In the meantime, before we get there, not there yet, Knicks knock off the Cavs. Head to the NBA Finals. They did it behind an early surge, 20-0 run. The Cavs led early, and Knicks said, okay, well, we're done messing around with that. Actually, ESPN Analytics gave the Cavs a 55% chance of victory 2 minutes into the game when they had an 8-2 lead, and then here come the Knicks. Cap off that 20-0 run, middle of the second quarter of Game 4 with these highlights. This highlight from ESPN.
His hands, Harden upset, thought he was fouled. Hart pushes out to Shannon, fakes a three, sidestep, another three-pointer, puts it in. Knicks are red hot once again. It's a 20-point lead. Timeout Cleveland. Landry Shamet, unstoppable off the bench.
Yeah, Chris Sachi just said it. Shamet is he's the guy, the catalyst, that extra oomph that will give the Knicks an opportunity to win the title against the Spurs or the Thunder. Then the final call. Mike Breen says words that have not been said in 27 years. The Bockers are moving on.
And Proctor will just dribble it out. Chance of let's go Knicks. It's over. Believe it, Knicks fans, for the first time in 27 years, the New York Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. The dream season continues, and hopes of ending a decades-long championship drought are very much alive.
Few deserve to say those words more, if any, than Mike Breen, the Knicks, to the NBA Finals. After the game, ESPN, post-game celebration on the floor in Cleveland, interviewing Mike Brown. Where's Mike? Where's Mike? And you can hear the love that this team, this roster has for their new head coach, Mike Brown, in the way they loved him up to the microphone.
Talk to your head coach. Mike Brown?
Mike.
Coach Brown?
Mike.
Mike, just what makes this Knicks team so special?
It's just the players that we've assembled, or Mr. Dolan and Leon assembled. They're just great human beings, and they're obviously fantastic basketball players.
You had everyone on the team, everyone involved with the association, you had them sign an accountability contract at the very beginning of the season. How has this team lived up to the tenets of that contract?
In a lot of different ways. You know, people always ask me to compare the teams that I've been with to the finals, and the only way I knew how to do it, because they're different human beings, was to put some intangibles up there. Every single one of the guys on the team has sacrificed. Every single one of the guys on the team has a competitive spirit. Every single one of the guys on the team is connected. Every single one of the guys believe in each other and the process, and they all hold me and each other accountable. Just a heck of a group.
Thank you, Mike. Congratulations to you.
Mike Brown, the first head coach of the Knicks in 27 years to send a team to the NBA Finals. And he does it with Jalen Brunson, the star of the team. Not Karl Anthony Towns. You know the name Karl Anthony Towns. You know him as an NBA star, as a guy in the last decade who's been at the top of the league, as one of those, can he win a title? Can he bring a title to Minnesota? Well, the answer was no. But now, sitting behind Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns in the NBA Finals, alongside Brunson, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, Landry Shamet, this Knicks team, they got a shot. Montreal Canadiens, by the way, 2-1 last night. Stunned in overtime at home by the Hurricanes. It's a 3-0 series lead across the country for the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who take on the Colorado Avalanche tonight. They can close out a sweep in what would be one of the more shocking series losses in NHL history. That's how good the Avs have been this year. A sweep especially, that storyline would just mean disaster for Colorado and its fan base. The Avs were ahead 3-0 in Vegas on Sunday. Three goals to 0 and lost 5-3. That is how you say bad. It is Tuesday. Time for Dead or Alive. Addie Bates versus Curtis Poindexter. Time to figure out who of our celebrity birthdays today is still with us. Dead or alive, Curtis, Bobcat Goldthwait.
We'll go dead.
Bobcat. Okay, Addie.
Yeah, you don't really hear a lot of Bobcat Goldthwaits anymore, so we're gonna kill him.
Comedian from Police Academy, Shakes the Clown, unhappily ever after. Bobcat Goldthwait is alive and listening today. He actually is going to join the show at 6:40 tomorrow morning.
That's when Biggest Losers is.
Yep, so who's going to tell him he's dead? Which one of you two
Curtis.
gets to tell Bobcat Goldthwait that he's dead?
Curtis,
dead or alive, the actress from Jackie Brown, Pam Grier.
Alive.
Addie.
I'm gonna kill her.
Curtis is ahead 1-0. Happy birthday, Pam Grier, 77 today.
Big Pam.
Addie, leave on Helm.
I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, we'll go dead.
Yeah, it's Levon Helm.
Curtis, I was trying to trick you. I was trying to make it seem like I didn't know.
I know Addie knows Levon Helm, and I know she knows he's dead. He's a Marvel, Arkansas native, by the way. Up on Cripple Creek, she sends me. Did you, Curtis, can I get a breaking news, please? Per Adam Schefter, they blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night. They got his damn house, too.
I somehow knew you were going to do that because, like, a week ago, I saw you retweeted that.
Such a good tweet. Final Dead or Alive, then we'll do a little Music Monday. Happy birthday, Brent Musburger, Stevie Nicks. They're very alive. Rest in peace, Sally Ride. Dead. Hank Williams Jr., Curtis, dead or alive?
Oh, dead.
Addie?
Alive.
So alive! Addie comes back to win the game. Dead or alive?
I knew you. All right.
The Bates one. Let me. That's David Allen Coe. Dead. Oh, dead. No. Time for Music Monday. Rapid fire. Curtis. Addie put together 5 songs. 5 songs. 5 seconds each of them. I'm going to guess what song and artist they are. Go.
So I'll settle for one day to believe in you.
Culture Club.
Next song. No. Well, you can guess. Some people, what I'm telling you.
Next song. Next song. Where did I go wrong?
Same band.
Different song, but yeah, same band.
Different song, but same band.
Shoot. All right, last one.
It won't be long, yes, till you're alone.
Okay, song number 1, please.
So I'll settle for one day to believe in you.
Culture Club.
No, it's the better female singer in Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, okay. Help me,
McVie.
please.
Christine McVie. That's
Oh,
Little
McVie,
Lies.
okay.
That is Little Lies. Off of their album Tango in the Night.
Of course, naturally. Next. Okay, a screen-recorded version of Runaround Sue by Chubby Checker. It's not.
Dion.
It's not even close.
Dion DiMucci.
Okay. Pots and pans clanking together. Remastered.
Golly.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Thank you, Curtis.
Really?
Thank you, Curtis.
Well,
Yeah.
I wasn't that far off. Pots
Bullet
and
with
pans
butterfly
smashing.
wings. You need to learn 90s music. We need to help you with that.
The Fray?
Yes. Over my
What's
head.
the song?
Everyone knows.
Okay, last song.
It won't be long till
Wow, that was
that a
pretty
monkey?
accurate, actually.
That was good.
That was pretty good. Can't lie. I should take Adam Lambert's spot in the band Journey with Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'.
Except Adam Lambert is with Queen.
Oh, no. Ah! Whoops, my bad. Nachos, Lemonheads, My Dad's Boat. Addie Bates produces. Curtis Poindexter runs the board. I was hired, miraculously, by Colin Jones, Armin Williams, Bruce Gilbert, and Ryan McGuire. Thank you to you all for the job. It is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Nick Costos with You Better You Bet. The fastest show in all of sports is coming up next. Don't turn that dial. Jim Rome will have you in the afternoon. Love ya. Love ya. See you tomorrow. This has been, it always will be, The Drake Toll Show.
I doubled the size of it, you dumb
This
person.
is Westwood One Sports.